Hello, my name's Miranda Whitaker, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about nutritional quality and overall acceptability of K-12 lunches and combating processed foods with in-house chefs. All right, to begin, the National School Lunch Program requirements are as follows. School lunches must provide 1/3 of the RDA for protein, vitamin A, vitamin C, and calcium. Lunches provided cannot contain more than 30% of total kcals from fat or more than 10% of kcals from saturated fat per week. Additionally, daily and weekly fruit and vegetable intakes are measured in cups. There are also subgroup requirements for vegetables that include the following: dark green leafy vegetables, red and orange vegetables, linguines, starchy vegetables, and other. Meats and grains are also measured in ounce equivalents. Foods provided cannot contain any trans fats. Qualification for reduced price or free lunches include children from households with incomes below 130% of the poverty level for free lunch, and those with family incomes between 130 and 185% of the poverty line for reduced price meals. Some issues with the National School Lunch Program include the following. They do not guarantee nutrient consumption or nutritional consistency. By that I mean, on paper, the nutritional standards are beneficial, but it does not equal the actual nutrients consumed during lunchtime. Also, there is no homogeneity based between the servings of fruits and vegetables since they're based on cup measurements. For instance, a cup of Brussels sprouts will be more nutrient dense than a cup of canned green beans. Additionally, requirements for micronutrients are selective and don't account for other common deficiencies such as vitamin D or vitamin B6. All right, now we're going to talk about the impact of school lunches. More than 19 million children in the U.S. per year received free or reduced price lunches through the National School Lunch Program. And for some students, this may be their only option for lunch. The National School Lunch Program and school lunches in themselves can also be a tool to combat childhood obesity. It can also be used to help children develop healthy dietary habits that they can carry with them throughout the rest of their lives. Lastly, it can also impact academic performance, and there are several studies in the past that have explored the link between diet and cognitive function. Lunch quality of items served in schools also affects acceptability by the students. So what is causing children to reject school lunches? Well, it could be several reasons, such as genuine dislike of the foods, poor nutritional food quality, poor presentation, or hesitance from unfamiliarity of the foods being served and offered. Typical school lunches are usually composed of easy-to-prepare items like canned or frozen fruits and veggies, frozen pizzas, and processed chicken nuggets. Although the items still may meet the requirements of the National School Lunch Program, these foods sometimes sacrifice texture, taste, and appearance in the name of affordability and efficiency for the schools. Therefore, acceptability then in turn affects the intake of nutrients by students. This can lead to plate waste, which is defined as food that ends up discarded in the trash can from students' lunch trays. In research, it can be used to determine how many nutrients were actually consumed by students by measuring how much was thrown away compared with how much was actually eaten. Plate waste is not only a sign that students are not consuming adequate nutrients at lunchtime, but also costs the school thousands of dollars annually as a result. The proposed solution: hiring chefs to cook in-house healthy foods. One benefit of chef-cooked lunches in schools is increased palatability and nutritional quality. By using fresh ingredients and making recipes from scratch daily, they preserve the food quality and the quality of nutrients and also make the food look more appetizing to the consumer. Chef-cooked lunches have also influenced an increase in fresh fruit and vegetable intake in multiple studies in the past. Lastly, Chef-cooked lunches have shown a reduction in plate waste, and therefore an increase in the percentage of food consumed by students. One common misconception is that chef-cooked school lunches are expensive and not affordable for school districts. This does not have to be the case. And by that I mean, a chef does not have to work in a school kitchen full-time, but could be hired to train current staff how to implement healthier meals from scratch. The chef or kitchen staff can also use ingredients they already have in the kitchen to create healthy dishes for students. Chef-cooked meals can also be used to provide food security for students that rely on the National School Lunch Program for a nutritious meal, since they received free or reduced price lunches through it. In conclusion, although the National School Lunch Program provides K-12 schools with valuable guidelines to provide children with the nutrients they need to grow, it falls short on specifying the quality of foods to be served. This in turn affects the acceptability of lunches by students and in turn leads to a decreased nutrient intake and an increase in plate waste. By hiring professional chefs to cook or train current staff to make in-house meals and entrees, schools can increase school lunch participation, acceptance, and nutritional value of the foods that they serve. Here are my references for this presentation. Thank you guys for listening and have a great weekend.